Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Latina Entrepreneurs panel, Lessons of Success from Latina Entrepreneurs and Businesswomen. I'm very excited to be moderating this panel. I have a phenomenal group of women that are on this panel today. I have Patty Juarez, who's the National Diverse Segment Director and Commercial Banking Group for Wells Fargo and Company, Dr. Nidia Payan, CEO of Doctor en Su Casa, Nancy Rosales, partner of Pepitos, Faridi Sisiniega, financial professional expert, Agents USA CEO and Wealth Wave Professionals, and Liliana Andriani, owner of Angels Jewelers. Now, I'd like to start with some self-introductions. And Patty, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you, Veronica. Always a pleasure to be with you. My name is Patty Juarez. I'm the National Diverse Segments Director for Wells Fargo. I've been with Wells Fargo for a short 25 years. I joined right out of college. I went to school at the University of California at Berkeley. I was born and raised in Mexico and immigrated to this wonderful country at age 12. It's always been a dream of mine to assist businesses in access to capital. So I became a banker, and I've been close to, for 25 years now, I've been helping business owners achieve their financial goals. And nothing gives me more joy than to see companies built from scratch by self-made people who put it all out there on the line. And lately, it is an incredible pleasure to see the number of Latina-owned businesses that are coming into the fold. I mean, the Latina-owned business segment is indeed the fastest growing, and I'm just so delighted to see that.
Thank you, Patty. Our next panelist is Dr. Nidia Payan. Nidia, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much for the invitation. My name is Nidia Payan. I was born and raised in Culiacán, Sinaloa, Mexico. Yeah, Viva Mexico. And I decided, after medical school, I decided to move to the United States with my husband. We didn't have kids by then. So we were selected to be part of the International Medical Graduate Program at UCLA, where we have like a pre-residency training. After that, I applied for residency at UCSF Fresno, and I graduated from the Family Medicine Department. I had the opportunity to practice medicine in the Central Valley, which I still do. Then I decided to open my own business, and now I'm CEO and founder of Doctor en Su Casa. We started at the end of 2018. Since then, we've been pioneers in the industry, and here we go, like pretty much giving back to the community. It's a privilege for me to be able to serve my Hispanic community, because I know that there's a huge impact that we can make due to the lack of Spanish-speaking cultural competent physicians taking care of our communities.
Thank you, Dr. Nidia. Our next panelist is Nancy Rosales. Nancy, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Nancy.
The mute button. Hello, everybody. My name is Nancy Rosales from Watsonville, California, living in San Francisco now. Graduated from San Francisco State University with a broadcast journalism degree. I'm a published author with The Power of Mas, a business guide before you start a business. Owner of PepitosPaletas.com. Pepitos Paletas is a local minority woman-owned co-op, guys. It's an amazing product. We are combining traditional Mexican paletas with modern healthy vegan recipes. We deliver fresh, made-to-order gourmet paletas in our 8-hour frozen biodegradable signature box to reinvent the frozen dessert experience and eliminate plastic in freezers. With all that being said, I'm also owner of NR Consulting, consulting people on business strategy, Easy Video Success, and I also own another company called EasyVideoSuccess.com. It's a masterclass to teach people how to do video production just on what they have on their cell phone and produce, because we need video. Everybody needs video now. And last year, winning California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Latina Empresaria Hall of Fame, and I'm super excited to be here to share my knowledge.
Thank you, Nancy. And I did try the paletas last year. They were really, really
good. I brought free paletas.
Yes, you did. Thank you. Our next speaker is Faridi Sisiniega. Faridi, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Veronica, and it's an honor to be here. Well, my name is Faride Sisniega. If you only speak English, then it's Farid Sisniega. I'm a financial professional at Wealth Wave. the CEO of Farid Cisniega Inc., and also I'm the pioneer of the Latino movement in fighting against financial illiteracy. I have two types of shows that I live stream to teach people, number one, how money works, and number two, to showcase Latinas, like the ones that are here today that have a great message and that don't get the opportunity to do that in any other platform. I'm an immigrant child that came to this country from Mexico. I'm also from Sinaloa with my mother, and that's right, Arriba Sinaloa, with my mother and three siblings. My mother, who came here to give us the American dream and the chance to the opportunity. She came here escaping domestic violence. She had to work 3 jobs at any given time. She showed me the resiliency and the dedication that actually make me who I am today. Today, I am in the best business model of my life. I have the biggest vision and mission of my career, and I am living the best version of my journey. So I thoroughly enjoy being here to share that with you guys today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. And I recently met her, and I loved what she did. And I'm like, oh my God, I need you to be on our panel for Latina Empresaria Day. So I was very excited. So thank you for being here. And our last but not least speaker is Liliana Andriani, owner of Angels Jewelers. Liliana, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Thank you, Veronica. Hi, everyone. It is an honor to be here today with all of you. Thank you, California Hispanic Chambers of Commerce and Vice Chairwoman Veronica Corona, for this wonderful opportunity. I am profoundly grateful. My name is Liliana Andriani. I own Angel Jewelers. For over 30 years, we have been proudly serving the Rancho Cucamonga and Inland Empire communities with exquisite fine jewelry, outstanding custom jewelry designing, and professional in-house jewelry repair services. We're passionate at what we do, and we're very good at it. But we strive for more. Our approach to business takes us beyond our doors and into the community. We get involved and we give back. We are advocates for education, small businesses, and affordable housing. Among others, we support organizations that assist adults with disabilities, teens that are expecting or are parents already, and women-owned businesses. I was born and raised in Cali, Colombia, and the first one in my family to leave the country, my family and friends. In 1986, a few weeks shy of my 21st birthday, I arrived in Los Angeles with very little money in my pocket, my belongings in one luggage, and lack of the language, but determined to build my life in this beautiful country. In 1987, we started a small jewelry repair booth in the city of Pomona, inside the indoor swap meet. We did very well there, and in 1989, Angel Jewelers opened doors in the city of Rancho Cucamonga. As the business grew, I knew that I had to learn English. So I registered at the community college, at Chaffey College, and I started taking ESL classes. Faculty and staff were very supportive, and in 2004, I graduated with my associate's degree in business administration. I have to put my educational goals on hold for a while. I was going through my divorce back then, got full custody of my daughters, and I wanted to support both of my daughters' educations first. But obtaining my bachelor's in business was a dear dream for me and one of the items on my bucket list. Time came and I was able to register at University of La Verne. They have a beautiful, amazing adult program. And with the support of the faculty and staff, finally, I'm happy to share with you all that I graduated cum laude from the University of La Verne with my bachelor's in business. I am currently running my business full-time, but also serving as the president chairwoman of the Rancho Cucamonga Chamber of Commerce, and I am also a board director for the Chaffey College Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Liliana. And I know I've been wanting to visit Angels Jewelers, but I'm afraid on how much money I might spend if I go visit you. But thank you for being here today. And as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, we just kind of finished celebrating that. But, as Hispanics, we celebrate all year anyway. I'm so happy to see such diversity on the board. I'm personally a native Angelina, but my family came from Jalisco, Mexico. And, I didn't introduce myself because I was so excited to jump into the panel because I just have these amazing women. But I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I'm the managing partner at CM Cleaning Solutions. We keep it clean while you sleep, and obviously disinfecting over COVID. So we've been really busy. I'm grateful to be, we're out throughout the greater Los Angeles and several parts of the state of California. And currently we're in 17 states. So I'm very excited on the growth that we've had. And I'm also the vice chairwoman for the California Hispanic Chambers of Commerce. And that's why I'm here today with all these amazing ladies. I get the honor of being their moderator for this panel. My next question to you ladies is, why do you do what you do? What brings out that passion that you do? We all have a why. I love walking into a place and know that it's clean. Not it smells clean, because just because it smells fabulosely clean doesn't mean it's clean. I like to know that it's clean. I know when it's clean and when it's not clean, because I feel that the smells that disgust. I want to know about your passion. And I'm going to start with you, Patty. Why have you been with Wells Fargo for 25 years? What's the passion that brings that out in you, that you've been there for such a long time, which I admire and respect that. I've been in business 10 years and I see myself in business for another 30. So tell me a little bit about that. Patty?
Thanks, Veronica. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I've been at the bank. It was my first job right out of college. I have been there 25 years. I have such a fulfilling career. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I started the national practice to really focus on diverse-owned businesses as our key focus for lending. And I feel that access to capital is such a crucial element for a business to do well. And, the playing field is not quite even. There's still a lot of barriers for minority-owned businesses, for women-owned businesses, and access to capital. And I feel like, to the extent that I can help any business, depending on where they are in their life cycle as a business, advise and tell them about the options that they might have from a financing perspective. Because if minority-owned businesses got funded at the same rate as non-minority-owned businesses, where would our country and our economy be? I mean, there is just an enormous untapped potential there. And if we look at the percentage of entrepreneurs that are minorities, and we look at the demographics of our country, we know that the future is Latino. We know that we have to figure this out. And so I will devote however many more years I have in my banking career to helping women-owned businesses, to helping Latino-owned businesses, every minority-owned business that I can assist and help. I'm always trying to do what I can. In the last 7 months with COVID, I've given probably no less than a couple hundred seminars on PPP, Main Street lending, all of these topics that are so important for our business owners to tap into the resources that they have to survive this pandemic and to thrive. So I think that my career, I've had many different roles within the bank. It doesn't feel like it's been 25 years. I've also been able to be an entrepreneur within my company and build my own practice. This practice is incredibly successful, one of the fastest growing. And so I'm just really proud to be at my company, to be able to make a difference and be a partner to so many businesses and to see them succeed. And I also, I'm so proud of the work we do in our community at Wells Fargo. We support, we're one of the key partners for the chamber. We are key partners in many of our regions and offices, because we really believe in the chambers and what they mean for small business. And so it's just a real source of pride for me to be here, Veronica, with you and with Julian, and everything you guys have done for this organization is amazing.
Thank you, Patty. And, this might be a little plug, but I want to thank Wells Fargo for all their support for the last 11 years that I've been banking at Wells Fargo as a business owner. So I appreciate it. So thank you for that. The same question, tell me about why you're doing this. What's the passion that brings out, and how's the pandemic affected your business? And this question now goes to Dr. Nidia Payan, please.
Well, the first question was my why, right?
Yes.
So, and that takes me back to my roots as Hispanic woman, and also as a physician. I know that our patients need a little more time than the regular time that I was given at the places where I work. And I also witnessed that our community is facing a lot of challenges to have quality access to healthcare. And that really kind of get into me. It's like, we got to do something. And I was not a business owner then, and I didn't have the finances to open a huge brick and mortar clinic. And I knew that using technology would be possible to come to my patients in my own time, in their own time, wherever they are. I just needed pretty much to educate them about the use of technology to be able to access care. And this is what I do it because I know and I believe that my patients deserve the best from me, and I want it to be 100% for them without any bureaucracy in between. This is what I opened Doctor en Su Casa. And I can actually tell one of the first physician, female owner, Hispanic, virtual clinic in the whole state. And I feel so proud. That's actually my why. I needed to get to them. I needed to make my patients know that I'm here for them anytime, anywhere.
Thank you, Dr. That's amazing. Having a doctor come to you. I only remember seeing that in the movie. So it's kind of cool to see it, that it is really happening out there. So thank you. That's very out of the box. That's very creative. And that's where businesses show that we're pivoting over COVID. So thank you for that. Now, same question, your why, passion, and how have you survived this pandemic? Nancy?
My why has changed so many times. It first started just to work. And I did so many different types of jobs and different types of things that I was doing as I was growing up in my 20s and my 30s. And finally it hit me. And I was just so excited that I was finally doing something, and I had a big why. And it was, number one, not to waste my parents' trip to this country, right? My parents came from Zacatecas, Mexico. They left everything. They worked in the fields. We were there with him, and I just saw the struggle. I saw the 3-4 jobs, and I said, I can't just do nothing. Me trajeron hasta acá. They brought me all the way here for me to do nothing. I got to do something. And so I just me puse las pilas. I was like, I got to do something. And so I just started. Obviously, I got into television. I got into producing. I was producing TV shows, and I was doing that world, but I was burnt out because I'm a workaholic, and I can admit it. And I love it. I love working. And then another moment, I had another aha moment, which was, I miss my family. I miss tortillas made from home. I miss all these things, my culture. And so I opened up a paleteria. I opened up an ice cream shop, and there it was. And now I was sharing my traditions. The marketing came from obviously my college education. And so it all kind of came together. And now we're a co-op. We share in the profits in our business. So I'm not making $200,000. I'm sharing it with everybody else, and we're all making the same money. And it's just such a great feeling to have partners instead of employees. And that's my why, is to empower other women.
That's amazing. Thank you, Nancy. That's something you're sharing with the employees, the profit. I love that. I think that's great. And I have to test to your paletas. They're like amazing. So thank you. Thank you for sharing about our culture. And it all seems that we all come from families of hardworking families. I know that because we worked in the strawberry fields picking strawberries. And my dad said, if you guys don't go to school, this is what we're going to do. I'm like,
right.
I'm not, I may be chica fresa, but I'm not picking strawberries. That's for sure. So, Faridi, tell us your passion, your why, and how have you survived the pandemic?
Great. Well, I will talk about my current business, a little bit about how many businesses I've started and I've funded myself. Has been 20 so far in my career. But my financial services business is more than just a business that makes money. It's a true mission to help end financial illiteracy and confusion throughout our people. I started this business because I saw my own mother struggle all her working life and then ended up retiring in poverty. That was the key point for me. I just didn't understand. I didn't understand why she worked so hard all of her life to end in below her means. means, having to live below her means. So I started studying why some people go into retirement wealthy and some go into very poor. I soon realized that the answer was just lack of information. I actually have the story in my recent book named ¿A dónde vamos a parar?, which explains, it's a very small practical ebook where I explain why I am a financial professional and why I dedicate my career to teaching people the truth about how money really works, not what the banks want you to know or the schools are teaching you in their schools. How I've been surviving this pandemic, on your second question, is as my business was also hit with this adversity, I had to act quick, switch gears, and adapt to this new way of doing business. I started teaching financial literacy electronically, so that was new for me. I knew people needed to understand their finances more than ever. And truly, that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me and my team. So in hopes to help to give back to the community, I bought into a national discount program to give to my clients and my agents. I knew people needed to save money, and what best way to do it than by giving them a discount program for free. By the way, I am gifting it to everybody attending this convention today. You can get it from me or through the chamber. But it just the fact that I've given it to all the businesses around my neighborhood, some local police departments, nonprofit groups, small and large businesses in the community, so they can give these benefits to their employees at no cost to them. This allows all of us to become part of the solution and in these hard times. This is the time to switch gears, guys, give back our businesses and stick together. That is how I've been able to survive in this pandemic.
Faridi, thank you so much. That's such amazing. And I recently ordered a book on Amazon from you because I think you published something on Facebook. So congratulations on that. I'm looking forward to reading it. As you know, I haven't had time, been busy working here at CHCC. But the same question, excuse me, Faridi, yes? Okay,
no, thank you. Thank you, Veronica.
You're welcome. Thank you. And same question, your passion, your why, how have you survived the pandemic, Liliana?
Well, my why. Growing up in Colombia, I had a lot of people around me that were in the jewelry business. My aunt and uncle were jewelers. My mom, for a while, was selling jewelry, and my first husband was a jeweler. So it was kind of my journey. But it is quite rewarding helping people find that special piece of jewelry to express their love for someone or to commemorate their life's milestones. With time, the store has become a platform, a bridge that allows me to connect with the people in my community and give back to the community. It is the work that we do at the store that allow us to make a living, operate as business, but on top of that, be able to give back. That's my why. It's really connecting with people and giving back to the community that keeps me in this industry. And allow me, like I share with Nancy, that with time, you discover different things. The more you work in your field, you discover more about you. And that's one of the things that I have learned about myself is that what brings truly the fulfillment is the connection with people and the commitment to see the value in giving back. Now, why or how I'm surviving during the pandemic, I'm in an industry that is completely luxury. No one really needs the jewelry. First goes food, health, education. But I have been very blessed because I have a community that supports me. I've been here for 30 years, so I'm very well a part of the community. One of the first things that I did when we were notified back in March that we were going to be closing our doors and not knowing when we were going to be able to reopen was first thing I did was assess my expenses and see how I was able to streamline while I was closed. And the second thing I did was stay connected with my customers, with my fellow business owners in the community, with the city. And that has been very important. And I always advise people, especially it's critical during these times, to remain connected. Don't isolate yourself. Connect with the neighbors, wherever. If you have a retail shop, like in my case, your neighbors in the shopping center, wherever your business is located. But also utilize social media. Online is the thing now. Is technology has been a blessing, since it's what allows us to continue doing business and learn. Like today, share about everybody's lives and how we are handling these situations. So utilize social media outlets has been a blessing for me, the most effective and efficient way to promote my business, and that has really translated into sales for me. So utilize social media is one of the things that I do daily, and it works. So those are the things that I've done.
Thank you, Liliana. And I do follow you on social media. That's why I've been staying away from the store, because I'm a little afraid of everybody. But thank you for reminding us about giving back. And I'm a true believer that the more you give, the more you receive. And all of you are, pretty much already said how you give in different ways. So thank you for always giving back. Thank you. And definitely staying connected. I wish we were here in person, because I feel I would, it'd be more fun to have you here sitting on stage on a panel and seeing a live audience. Right now, I feel like I'm just talking to the computer, but in a way, I am grateful that we have this virtually, because it is a way to stay connected. So there is no excuse to stay connected, that we can do FaceTime, we could do Zoom. There's so many platforms. So thank you for that reminder, Liliana. Really appreciate it. So all of you kind of already talked about what sets you apart, right? What sets you apart. But I want to know, if there's women out there that are seeking to make a change and have an impact, what is your recommendation on that? You all have businesses that have made an impact, and not just in your business, but Liliana said it best, and all of you have said it, that you give back to the community. And I'm sure that your business has helped you. So let's give some advice to some Latinas and Latinos. We want to be inclusive to anyone that's listening, because we've had quite a bit of people that register for this session that want to make a change and impact. Patty, I'm going to start with you and then go around again. What advice do you have for them that are seeking to make a change?
Veronica, I think for me is finding the things that you're really passionate about and then pursue them with a passion. I think for me, obviously, I'm very committed to my work and to making a difference for business owners. But after hours and after I'm done with my work, I dedicate my time to causes that make a difference in my heart, causes that benefit children, that are focused in higher education, and causes that really just fulfill my heart. So I currently am chairwoman of Casa of Orange County, where we help vulnerable foster kids and make a huge difference in their life, in their lives, and in the outcomes that they have. I'm also on the board of Chapman University, trying to work with them on their Hispanic enrollment, on obviously encouraging Latinos to go get a higher education. And I just, love working on things that, touch children, touch education. And I also love working for small business owners. So I've been chairwoman of the board of the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm now in board development capacity. I've been on the board since I arrived into Orange County. That was the first place I went to visit, to seek out friends and connect with my community. And I just think you have to find your passion. You have to find what you like to do so that you can be very successful doing it and supporting others. And I think that giving back is something we should all be doing. I think the world would be even better if we all gave back to our community. And I think it comes back in so many ways, right, as a benefit to us. And so I would say, do what you love, support what you love, and give back.
Yes. Thank you, Patty. And as a matter of fact, that's so important, because that's how we met, because you said you were on the board for the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And many of you I've met through other organizations. And I think that's really important, because then you start building new relationships. Faride, I met through a friend who I met through an organization. So you never know where the connection are coming. And of course, Dr. Nidia, I'm meeting her today because I'm on the California Chamber Board. So thank you. Same question to Dr. Nidia Payan on what is your recommendation to Latinas who are looking to making a change and having an impact?
The first thing that actually I can apply for myself is like, when you have a dream, is the first step. You have a dream, that's exactly the first thing that you have to start with. The next is just work. But if you have an idea, if you have something in your mind or something, I want to do that. That's the first thing. So it's very important that you believe in yourself, that you surround around people that can guide you through the process. I know sometimes with technology, with the pandemic happening, it could be hard, but as this beautiful woman has said, we can use technology for that. You can reach to me, I can help you too. And one of the other things that I think as a Latina is very important is like, don't forget our roots, because we're actually a culture that is surrounded with love, surrounded with human relationships. And that's what it keeps you going, because if we isolate ourselves and we're like, no, we just want to do it by my own, it's very hard. So I think we're a very rich community that if we try to connect to each other, even to reach our dreams, is something that really makes a big difference and a big impact. And also talk to professionals when it's something that you don't know how to do. Don't give up. You always have someone that knows more a little bit about it, and they can guide you through the process. And always believe in yourself. Sometimes as a woman, we're always kind of judging us a lot ourselves, like, did I say it right? Oh, this is going to be appropriate or inappropriate. So we have to believe in ourselves and reach our dreams with all the strength that we have.
That's powerful, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Nidia. That was powerful. I always like to say, follow your passion and believe in yourself. So important to believe in ourselves. So thank you for that. Nancy, same question. What advice do you want to give all our audience that are seeking to make a change and have an impact in the world?
Treat yourself. Yeah, treat yourself like a small business. And I've had so many different types of opportunities. And the only thing that was messing up those opportunities, that I wasn't looking at myself like a small business. So I wrote the book, The Power of Mas. Treat yourself. And obviously they all stand for something, MASS, because we have to be bigger than ourselves. And we have to think outside ourselves. And so we can focus on, okay, if I'm going to think bigger than myself, that means I'm creating this amazing person. I'm creating this business, even though we might not be a business. Just make sure your bookkeeping is correct. So I'm also a big afraid say about money, like the education in our community. I am beyond myself on even seeing my parents. I never saw my parents do bookkeeping ever. I just saw them spend money. And so that really was the reason I was like, what's wrong here? Why am I not put together? What's going on with me? And then I realized that I needed to treat myself like a small business. And so that's what I do. And I think that's the first step you need to do in order to have everything organized, in order to give back. You can't give back unless you're put together, unless you have some cash flow, unless you can actually, make it happen for yourself so that you can give back. That's my, I'm sticking to it.
Yes. Thank you, Nancy. And I have to tell you that I was balancing my parents' checkbook. I think I was like 10 or 11, and which brought, my career was in accounting for 10 years. And then I became a janitor, but you just never know where life is going to lead you. But being an accountant for 10 years has helped me in my business to keep my accounting in order, because it's very important. That's very important to know your numbers, because I've heard about, and that's going to segue into what Faride may have to share with us, because I've heard about many millionaires or like movie stars, singers that have all this money, but they don't know how to manage their money. They have somebody else managing for them, and then they don't have any money. So Faride, tell us a little bit about what something we can give to our audience that are seeking to make a change and an impact.
Well, aside from exactly that, we had a conversation where that's exactly what I teach. I teach people how to keep most of their wealth in their pockets instead of wasting it. And me, just like Nancy, I never saw my mom doing the books, right? And then it led her to a retirement in poverty. But the common denominator here, Veronica, seems to be passion, right? Passion followed by a great work ethic. My advice to anybody wanting to get into business, you have to find that passion. For me, I am passionate about my culture. I'm passionate about my people, but I'm mostly passionate about my mission to educate and change that financial illiteracy that for years has defined the Latino community, especially when I know they need the best leaders because they need the most guidance. A lot of them come here not knowing how this country, how to even write a book, how to even write $100, right, on their checkbook. They need the correct information and the correct help and attention. So we must empower and guide our people to surpass and break any barriers. So finding that purpose, and for me, having the ethic that my mother showed me throughout her working years was imperative for me to be able to fulfill this passion of mine. Now, you do have to have help. You do have to have where you're not overspending, right? You have to have a budget. You have to have many things in place to be able to be of value to the community. So if I can change one person's perspective today just by delivering a message, it's through the passion and also through the bad experience that I faced myself. And at that point, if somebody listens, if somebody does something about what I have to say, then I have served my purpose. And I believe you need to find your purpose as well.
I love that, finding our purpose, that's for sure. And I love how, Dr. Nidia mentioned it, Patty, Nancy, you too, and I'm sure Liliana said it too earlier, the culture, so important to embrace our culture, correct? And that brings out the passion. And I believe that we all come from hardworking parents, that was their cultures, like hardworking to give us a better life. And Nancy, like you said, I don't want to do nothing when my parents sacrificed so much. And I feel that we are all related when it comes to that, right? Our parents sacrificed so much, and we want to show by example that their sacrifice was worth it. So thank you. Liliana, same question. Tell us what advice you want to give the people out there listening to us to make a change and have an impact.
Well, in my closing message, I would like to extend an invitation to my fellow small business owners out there to see themselves, to envision themselves as more than the products and the service we provide or we create. I believe a true legacy in our communities will come for what we contribute to build outside our businesses. We play a role in the economy of every single community. But I believe what is going to stand the test of time, what is going to be one day our legacy, is our contribution to the community. So I'll invite you to do that. Go outside your place of business, go into their community, into your communities, and learn what are the needs that they have. Find the ones that touch your heart or interest you, like Patty said. Find those needs in the community, support them, because I can guarantee you that your contribution to alleviate those needs will better the whole, not just the individual or our individual business. I believe that you support your community, and your community is going to support you back.
Thank you, Liliana. That's so powerful. I strongly believe that when you support your community, your community supports you back. Now, I want to open for the audience. If anybody has any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. I'm going to ask our panelists one more question before I go to your questions, and then we'll close up. So the one question, ladies, is all of you kind of shared your passion in the business and your why. But what are you passionate outside of your business, right? I know some of you have children, some of you are doing it for different reasons. Outside of my business and outside of serving on boards, because not only do I serve on the California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce board, I serve on 2 other boards, or 3, I think, actually. One is an advisor, but I'm very passionate about spending time with my family. You know, I have 5 nieces and 2 nephews, so definitely have to set a good example for the 5 girls, right? And of course for the boys too. But you know, I'm very passionate about spending time with my family as quality time, especially during these times that for a while there, I wasn't able to see them as often because we don't live in the same area. So tell me something you're passionate outside of your business, outside of the community. What brings out another passion in you? So at this time, I'm going to start with Dr. Nidia Payan. Dr. Nidia?
I assume I was next because Patty is not there, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I'm actually, one of my biggest passion is that I like to simplify things. Everything I do, we can do it in a different way that is easier. So this is what I had the opportunity to have the idea of this business, like to make access to patients in a way that they don't have to even leave their homes, or myself to leave my home. I'm passionate about be close to my family. I'm a social animal, so I really like human connection, like human relationships. And I apply that to my practice as well, because I like that sacred patient-physician relationship that to me is like, yeah, that's my patient. So this is why I love being a physician, because there's a lot of interaction with different people, and also have the opportunity to other passion that I have, that is education. I'm as a volunteer faculty at UCSF right now from the program that I graduate. So educating the residents and at the same time have my own business and educate the patients, it really gives me that passion. And I love traveling. It's like, I really love to travel. But as right now, I'm focusing that passion in other things, because I know it's impossible to do it, but it's important for me always it's part of the things that keeps me going, to be able to know places and to visit people, to meet new people. And yeah, it's very important that we have something apart from our career and our pretty much our profession, to fulfill our hearts and our souls. So this is why I try to find that passion that you have to do it outside. Even if you can apply it at work, that's important. But to have something that fulfills yourself is very, very important to keep going.
Thank you, Dr. Nidia. I totally believe in education. We never stop learning. I feel like I'm always learning something new. So definitely, I'm a social butterfly. I'm an extrovert. So I'm having a hard time with this right now, that I can't be visiting with everybody or be at networking events. Even though I said I need a break, now I'm like, oh no, I'm ready to go back. So I'm ready to go back networking, and definitely travel. Definitely. So same question to Nancy. Nancy, what is something you're passionate about outside? I know your work in the community and so many things that you do, but tell me what else you're passionate about.
Woo! I love to work. So somehow I connected them both. So even though I'm still working, it's still a passion because I'm doing it both. So for example, we started Pepito's World Tour. And so we get to go around the world and bring people the recipes from Thailand, from Mexico, from all over the world. And so mine's traveling. So I'm going to take the opportunity to travel with Pepito, record the whole thing, and go to Mexico and get paletas from there, go to Hawaii, just figure out how to somehow combine passion and work and family. I'm passionate about family. I'm passionate about staying connected with the higher power, meditating. And most important to me is staying emotionally intelligent. And I think that's a really hard thing to do. So I'm passionate about figuring out how to control my mind, how to figure myself out, how to be in control of my own decisions and my life. And I think that that really drives me to do everything that I'm doing.
I love that you said work and travel. That sounds more like fun and travel, but yeah. I get it. You're implementing it with work. So if you need an assistant to go travel with you to export paletas, give me a call.
Why not, right? I'm like, how can we still work? My husband's like, can we just go? Why do we have to work?
Yeah, but you're implementing it. So good job. Good job. Same question. Tell me something you're passionate about, please.
Well, a little secret about me is I absolutely love cooking. It is one of my passions. Again, I do that very well. I love just the feeling. It's not so much about the work, of course. I like to think that I'm the cook, but I'm not the housekeeper that cleans after I cook. But I love just to see that bonding of a great meal put in a table, and seeing the faces of the people as they as they taste all the beautiful colors and taste that I put in the love by cooking. But the biggest passion that I would have, it definitely has to be part of what I do, Veronica. And that is empowering people that don't dream anymore. Just giving that opportunity for somebody to see them from not believing in themselves, not knowing the right information, not knowing what to do next, and giving them a roadmap on what they should do and taking them through that journey. It becomes actually a journey of mine. And so that is the reason why I'm a public speaker. That's the reason why you see me in every social media platform out there. I have a voice. I have the gift of gab, right? Of gab. So I like to give that to people and become the voice. I like to think of myself as the voice of the unheard. And so I do that very passionately. I do have a women empowerment group, and that I associate with a lot of women that actually have those type of groups. And anytime I can give value, that's what I'm very passionate about.
Thank you, Farida. And I take it that when I go celebrate my birthday with you in San Diego, I'm going to have a home cooked meal.
You're definitely going to taste my food. I promise you that.
I'm excited about that.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Liliana, same question. Tell us something that you're passionate outside of being a jeweler and giving back to the community.
Besides being a jeweler
and giving away.
Passionate about my family and my faith. I love Farida can cook. I can eat it. I enjoy food, different cuisines. I will try everything at least once because I enjoy food, enjoy traveling. I'm Colombian, so salsa dancing is on top of the list. Dancing is something that really releases stress, is good physically, mentally, emotionally, at so many levels. It's really in my soul. I love dancing and to be of service. That's to be able, and that's why, like every single one of you guys, we get involved in so many organizations because we have a heart for service. We all, I think, heard that calling, and we have said yes. And that's really a passion is within our hearts. And so not the cooking so much, although I enjoy cooking, but the eating, definitely. And salsa dancing are on the top of the list.
Thank you, Liliana. And thank you for sharing, all of you sharing a little bit of insight of a personal passion. Patty, we were talking about sharing a passion outside of working 25 years at the bank, outside of all your community. What are you passionate about that's not giving back or not working? Is there something you want to share with us? And we do have a couple of questions. So I can ask you this question, then we'll go to our questions.
Great. Thank you, Veronica. And sorry, I dropped my internet dropped for a minute here, but I think obviously, like everybody on this call, on this meeting and panel, our families are very important to us. And so that goes without saying. But lately, and I've got probably the one benefit that COVID has brought to my life is that I have really taken on a passion, and I am walking 5 to 10 miles a day and no breaks. So Saturdays, Sundays, every day. I'm up on about 150 consecutive days of walking. And I typically clock anywhere from 50 to 55 miles a week. And I think that has really allowed me to focus a little bit on myself, which I didn't do very well. And I think it also gives me a little bit of time to think about how to do things better, right? Gives you that kind of white space to just think and dream and strategize. And so when I go out, I listen to music. It's just time for myself. And I have really been enjoying it through the pandemic. The one benefit this pandemic has brought to my life.
Thank you for that, Patty. I need to go join you walking. I have to say that I started working out more over pandemic than ever before, sometimes even twice a day. So I was like, that was really cool. So I need to continue implementing that. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now, ladies, we have a few questions from the audience. And one of them, which I find very interesting, is did you did you have any challenges as a woman to become a business owner, mostly within the Latino community that is so machista? I mean, people not taking you seriously or not supportive. Wow, pretty powerful question. So I'm going to go backwards this time. Liliana, and we do have 10 minutes, so let's keep our answers short because I want to make sure we close with our impactful message. So Liliana, can you answer this question for us, please? As short as possible.
Yes, the jewelry industry is heavily male dominated.
Yes.
I think what I focused was deliver. I was put up to test constantly, not lately because it has been already 30 years. So I think I earned that place. But I do believe it took me longer. I was put at test more than once, but always by delivering, by being very professional. I earned my place. So
thank you. Farida,
you have to do very professional.
Thank you, Liliana.
Yeah, that's actually a great question, and it's something that defines me. So when I got hit, like I said, I've been involved in 20 different businesses, and specifically 2 of those businesses have been male dominated. One of them is my current business, which is financial services. You know, the common financial service provider is like a 50-year-old white hair, white male, right? So I had to fight against that. On top of that, I had to fight against being a Sinaloense, right? So voluptuous and coming across that kitchen table or that office desk just to make sure that they took me serious. So what I did to turn that around is I took myself serious. I said, I'm a professional woman, I'm an entrepreneur, and I have a responsibility to represent Latinas the right way. So instead of giving them the opportunity to see me in any other light than a professional, I would always set the tone in every conversation that I had. I'm here to help you. Let's talk business. And that's how I did it.
Thank you. Nancy, same question. We can't hear you, Nancy. Turn on your mic, please.
Everything she just said right now is just making sure that when you show up, your business. And I had a hard time with that also through my journey, hashtag me too kind of deal. And I lost so many opportunities because I was not willing to go there. And so when I look back at my career, I'm like, some people do that stuff, unfortunately, but I'm not going to go there. And so from that point on, it was just being firm and saying, I'm here to do business.
Yes. Dr. Nidia?
Oh, yeah, that's been part of my journey pretty much. Going back to Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico, being on call during my training, internship training. One of those patients came in the middle of the night with a big open wound in the forehead. And it's like, okay, sir, I'm going to be taking care of yourself. And the gentleman is like, are you the doctor? No, you don't look like the doctor. Yes, sir, I'm the doctor. And I'm going to start fixing your head right now. He goes, oh, okay. So, and I really present myself very professional. I had to set up the tone and say, I'm here. Take care of yourself. Don't worry if I look small, young, female, whatever. I'm your doctor. And the same in the business industry that I'm actually learning a lot right now because I don't have business background, but I'm learning and I'm in the path for it. And I know that is one of the biggest challenge for female physicians. But I have so wonderful women. Some of them are going to be calling. And also in my own organization, what I'm part of it right now in Fresno, the Fresno Area Hispanic Foundation is really pretty much helping and putting myself in a big platform to resolve that problem.
Thank you, Dr. Nidia. Patty, same question. You know, you're not a business owner, but you are in the business world, and banking has always been very male dominated. So have you come across the machismo and not being taken seriously? But I think after 25 years, you have a lot to share with us. So, you know, in the interest of time, you know, we don't have an hour, but I'm sure you can give us a couple of hours, but share something with us, please.
Absolutely. I think that, you're in a room and you're the only female in the room or you're the only Latina in the room, the best way to make a first impression is to know your numbers, to know your stuff, right? To know what you're there and to represent. And so always preparation for me has always been the hallmark of how I present myself, very data-based, very metrics-based. And ultimately, it's about how you are moving the needle with the business. I could be the best males at the game all the time. I will bet on me all the time. And, you know, you have to be confident. You have to show that you are confident, that you're just as aggressive, that you want it just as bad. And that's what I've always done. There's no substitute for hard work and dedication and really preparation. And so wherever you go, whatever platform you speak at, whatever panel you sit on, always know your stuff. Be prepared, show up. You know, everybody respects somebody who is reliable, who is well prepared, and who is well spoken because they know their stuff.
Yes, thank you, Patty. And you know, it's interesting because I've been in the cleaning industry for 20 years, a little over 20 years, by the way. I started when very young, a little over 20 years. And when I say that I'm in the cleaning industry, I used to be asked, "Oh, are you clean houses?" I said, "No, I clean commercial office buildings." So, you know, you have to know your stuff. And I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn by going out at night and seeing what the people were doing. And today I can walk into a building and say, "Oh yeah, this is about 10,000 square feet building." And people are like, "Oh," you have to be taken seriously because you have to know your stuff to be taken seriously. So it's very important to know your stuff. And we have one question, and I'm going to briefly answer. It says, collaboration is so important for success. How have the panelists worked with other professional organizations that enhances and increases their success? Besides the chambers, you all mentioned that you've been part of different organizations. And I want to say that you might all agree with me, but we have to find that organization that we're passionate about. It doesn't always have to be a chamber. The chambers for business organizations, but we have to be passionate about where we want to give back. Will we all agree on that? You know, find the niche for you. Right? Find the niche for you. So in the interest of time, because we have 5 minutes and we could answer, I'm afraid we can't answer all the questions. Ladies, we have 5 minutes left. There's 5 of you. So under a minute, please close with something powerful to empower all our virtual guests today, to let them go home with a wow. So I'll start with, I'll go backwards. Liliana, I'll start with you and we'll close up our session in 5 minutes. Liliana?
I will invite you all to think of your legacy. What is the legacy of you as an individual and as a business owner, a member of your community? And you will discover your purpose from there. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, Veronica.
Thank you, Liliana. That's pretty powerful. Faride?
Well, sadly, in the next 5 minutes, Veronica, many entrepreneurs and business owners will lose their dreams of having a successful business, especially in these times. This is happening every 5 minutes, and it's just the lack of information and the lack of belief that they too can evolve and embrace change. So I encourage everybody to don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, you were talking about collaborations. Those are absolutely key. Don't be ashamed that you need help. So just continue learning, fight for your dreams.
Thank you. Okay, real quick, ladies, we need to wrap up. Nancy, and then Dr.
My advice, if you haven't started a business, first treat yourself like a business and figure out how to be a business. The other one is success is a tedious work nobody else wants to do. If you do the tedious work and sit around and actually do the work, you're going to be successful faster. And hashtag bookkeeping is sexy. Get into it because it really runs your life, and be the example that you want to see in the world.
Thank you, Nancy. Real quick, Nidia and then Patty, because we have 1 minute, ladies, 1 minute.
Sure. Thank you. So I just want to let you know that health is very important. So don't put up your health. There's ways to get good health, good advice from a doctor. It doesn't need to be complicated. I'm here to help you. Business owners, individuals, we always had to take care of ourselves. And now in this unprecedented time, business like me are here to help you.
Thank you, Nidia. Patty, and wrap us up.
I'd say just support each other, right? Let's be there for each other, and let's capitalize on this momentum, guys. The future is Latino. The future is Latina. So let's keep it up, and let's go out and get it.
And I like to say, there's no elevator to success. It's all hard work and dedication. So follow your passion and always believe in yourself. Thank you so much for joining us at this session. Thank you. Thank you all.
And stay fearless.
Fearless. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.